Back to the Past Alive. Thank you all for tuning in. Tonight, we're going through an old tin from a collection I picked up a few days back. And this tin is full of nothing but vintage baseball cards from the earliest year, 1964, from what I saw earlier, up until about 1974, I believe. And a lot of stars, Hall of Famers to be found in here. You see right on top of this tin, we have the third year, 1970, Nolan Ryan. We have Mickey Mantle's last card, his last name in yellow, some Roberto Clemente's. That's just a few that I picked out while I was going through this. So this is a bulk collection. The customer had a bunch of stuff in his attic. He said they were his, I think they were his father-in-law's. His roof was leaking. He wanted to get them out of there, and he gave me a call. And then we worked the deal out, and I brought everything back with me. And I showed you guys a preview of some of this stuff. There's quite a bit to go through. We got a lot of 5,000 count boxes, binders, stuff like that. We will savagely go through all of that in the coming days. And we even have an old postcard signed by the Babe himself, who rose from the dead to sign this in 1986. My favorite parts of the collection so far is that, and I just keep finding more and more cool stuff as I go through here. Pirate stubs that are autographed. Today, I kind of just like stuck my hand into a shoebox. In one of these boxes, I found a Palmolitor on-card autograph. I'm like, this is freaking awesome. This is the best part about it all. But enough out of me. Let's go through this vintage tin, which I feel like is probably the best part of the collection. And I showed you guys some of the better cards that I still have not top-loaded. I wanted to leave this in the original condition it was whenever I came across and looked through these. After this video, I will top-load, penny sleeve, all of these cards. But Mickey Mantle 1969 tops. I ended up finding another one of these in the one scrapbook, which was a nice surprise. A 1970 Nolan Ryan. 1971 Nolan Ryan, which is in a little better condition than the 70. You got a 71 Clemente, and quite a few of these will be in the PC. A 64 Lou Brock. 1973 Nolan Ryan. This one is actually in very nice condition. We got Clemente's last card of 73. This one's a little beat up. It's one that I already have on my PC, and my favorite Clemente, personally, the 72 tops. So those are just a few cards I picked out randomly as I was going through it. But we have a lot of commons in here, as you can imagine, but there's also a lot of Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson, Pete Rose, and all kinds of players. But the overall condition, these 71s, the black border, it's pretty tough. And as you see, a lot of these, they don't really have white corners too much until I get my hands on them. Yankees team card. So we won't spend a ton of time on individual player names and reading everything off, but we will point out the more prominent players. And a lot of nice condition cards for just being in a random tin like this. Yankees team card 1970. I feel like primarily this is a lot of 1970-71. I didn't see any Munson rookie cards, but I do remember seeing the Gold Cup 71 Munson, which is kind of more desired by collectors. So if you feel like you need to slow down the video at some point, I just feel like it would take forever to sit here and read every single name. So we're not going to do that exactly, but I shuffled through these real quick while I was at the customer, or I shouldn't call him a customer because he was the one who sold me the cards of 67. Some more 73s, but, you know, I thought I'd be there for about an hour. I ended up being there for about 3 hours, and a lot of that time was me going through this tin because if you want to gauge pricing, you got to make sure that there's, you got to look through all of these, make sure there's no Nolan Ryan rookie in there because that's obviously going to affect the overall price dramatically. There's Blake Mercer, 1971. Mel Stottlemyre, a few of his cards. There's a lot of 69 tops in here I noticed as well. Some more 71s. And pretty awesome, too, because I have a good chunk of the 69 set already as it is in a binder, especially Series 1. I do have a couple of the Reggies. I have a few of the Rollie Fingers. I believe that there's a Rollie Fingers rookie also in here, as well as some other ones. And so when these cards were stored away, like an old method that a lot of people use, unfortunately, was they would put rubber bands around them. So you will see that on some of the cards. There's a Munson from 72. That's a nice one there. And here is the more popular Munson, the Gold Cup from 71, the second year. This is the one that people kind of prefer to have over his rookie, where he shares a card. Mel Stottlemyre once again, and Bernie Allen, 72. Mikey G says, lots of Yankees. His father-in-law must have been a smart man. JC is bidding on the cards. Yeah, they were originally divided up in by teams in rubber bands. So that's why you're probably seeing a lot of Yankees right now. This is probably one of the last stacks I looked through, and I didn't want to stuff them all back in here because this goes down pretty deep. We have four 4 solid rows to go through, and we're going to see a lot. Some 69 rookie stars. It's actually really nice condition, in my opinion at least. And some more Yanks. There's a Bobby Cox rookie card. That's definitely a nice one for the rookie box. I do have that one already, but I'll have to compare condition on that, see if it's nicer than the one I have, or maybe I will put it towards completing the set. And eager to check out everything else that we may find in here. And I started going through a 4,000 count box today. I wanted to do this all with you guys, but I saw a lot of 91 Fleer and such in there. So I was like, I'll thumb through this. I found an 86 Fleer Mo Cheeks in there. So I'm like, you know, what could be in there? It'd be pretty crazy. So here's part of an ancient rubber band from the old world that is this clenching on to that Ed Herman. And there's Buddy Bell to end that little stack. Sammy Thunder in the house is nothing like a nice box of vintage. Yes, it's definitely a pretty interesting one. It's a pretty awesome collection here for set builders, especially a lot of these cards. I mean, you have obviously the ones that have creases and such, but a lot of these are in nice condition and for being stored in this tin for so long. And you kind of just have to go through them all and pick out the gems. But I definitely probably will start piecing together some sets here. I didn't see a Dusty Baker rookie in here, but like I said, I did thumb through these pretty quick while I was at their house. So we'll do these ones on top first and see what else we can get into as far as debauchery goes. There's a Sandy Alomar Sr., some more 67s here. Bobby Knoop. And if it's blurry, I apologize. I decided to film this in my basement because everything is still down here instead of tote this box upstairs, and it's kind of a bigger bulbous tin, so I didn't really think it would fit on the screen. So if you need to, please refresh. We got Rob G in the house. Aurelio Rodriguez. The previous year, I believe the Bat Boy was pictured and was an error card. And it's 1969. We got some 72 rookie stars and Angels team card. So now we have the Angels roster. Jim Fregosi, a couple of his, 69 and 68, the exact same photo. Can we have a Carmen sighting? Yeah, Carmen's actually sitting right next to me. So, of course, we don't have Mike Walkden with us down here in the dungeon. So it's a pretty trippy card there. 74, 67. Let me, we'll go through the stack and we will say hello to Carmen, who we have not seen in, how long has it been? It's been a few months since the transfer upstairs. So Carmen, let me unplug this real quick. But Carmen is still with us, being very, very judgmental and staring directly at me. So, still doing her thing after all this time. The next little stack before we get into these columns. Billy D is pumped on a Carmen sighting. So some more Angels. Lefty Phillips. Lots and lots of commons, like I said. So you gotta wade through all these to find the stars, which I assure you are in here. We got Brian Smith in the house. What's up, John and friends? Brian, what's going on, man? There is the Aurelio Rodriguez. That is the air, as far as I know. That is the Bat Boy. I'm pretty sure, at least. And some more 1971s. Canigliaro ends that little stack. So no rhyme or reason. We'll just start going through these, and then I will dig them all out. There's a Tony Perez, 71 and 1970, randomly. And there may be some that I missed over. Like I said, I was talking. This guy was really nice. I was talking to him the whole time that I was going through these because I absolutely love to get collection calls and go and see things like this. It's a nice change of pace from all the 92 tops and all the junk wax years that people have in plastic bags that they're demanding thousands of dollars for. Should pull the Hall of Famers out. Yeah, I mean, I definitely will. I don't know if I'll do it while I'm doing the video. I'm going to go through and I have boxes divided up by year for sets that I was kind of working on all the way back before 1950. Not that I have too many pre-1950 cards, but I had Play Ball and Gaudy, 48, 49 Bowman, stuff like that. We got Lindsey Clark in the house, and real bad glare. Is there a bad glare? How about this? That a little bit better? So I apologize. Like I said, I brought like a little light over here to make it a little better. I think it kind of made it worse. So maybe that's a little bit better. Deep Froster on your camera. Pushing buttons is what? No Tatis? No Tatis in this collection. At least I don't think that you'll find one. And Lindsey Clark says, Paul Harron's floppy disk in this collection. You know what? I saw somebody say it, and I thought about planting one in here. And you know what? I haven't gone through the entire thing yet to see if there is anything special like that. Yeah, again, maybe I should have brought this tin upstairs and did it in my actual toy room where I shoot all my other videos. But I filmed the preview video in the basement, and it looked fine to me. So there's a link to Pushing Buttons. We got Corey in the house, Paul L, and everybody else. We have a Dave Concepcion rookie card. That's definitely a good one. He's not in the Hall of Fame, but definitely one for the rookie box. Sparky Anderson still looking angry about something all of these years later. Paulie D became a channel member. Paulie D, thank you, man. Greatly appreciate that, and welcome. Reds team card, some more 72s. Yeah, I apologize for the crap signal. I was going to do the standard video, but I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to make a video just talking to myself. It's more fun to do it with you guys. We can point out whatever and just BS like we always do. But where I'm sitting, there's a glare, so there's a shadow that overtakes this entire box. Probably not the best setup, but oh freaking well. We do things ghetto around here, and that's the way it will always be. There's a Phillies team card. So more 70s, and there's a good bit of these here to the point where I could probably put a very big chunk of this set together. The quality video fits the channel. There's a Larry Boa rookie card from 1970. So keep sifting through this box and see what we can pull out. But another Larry Boa. Got to get to some, get through some other teams here. Phillies, the Reds, and see. I guess we did see some Reds already, but there are some. These are actually mixed up too, because when I was pulling them all out of the box, I was not putting them back in order, and I'm not really taking them out in order either. I'm just kind of chipping away at them. Do you have a streaming setup in every room of your house? I really don't. I have one room. It's like ghetto. I mean, I used to film my basement. I like the audio quality a lot better because I have carpet down here, and it's just a lot more quiet. So the voice does not really carry. Whereas upstairs, it's all hardwood floors, so it just doesn't sound as good. There's a 71 Lou Brock. It's a nice one there. Al Raboski rookie card. Al Raboski, who has an error card 82 Fleer, which is interesting. There's a couple different variations of that. I don't know if I have the main error variation. It's Tim McCarver, 69. Tim McCarver passed away not too long ago. Some more 69 rookie stars. It's a true throwback. It looks like crap. I don't know why that is. I'm guessing it's internet. Who knows? I definitely need to do something with my internet, because I mean, my internet's like $100 a month. You think that it'd be a little bit better quality than 8-bit, but you may have to refresh to like 720. I don't know. Who freaking knows with all the crap weather that we have and the winds and everything else that are happening in Pennsylvania, which has the most bipolar weather out of any place in this country, I swear. One day it's 12 degrees, the next day it's 50. So very well could have to do with that, and who knows. Maybe the junk wax gods are smiting me because I'm not going through those boxes of junk wax underneath this box, and they're upset about that. I mean, that could be part of it. There's a Steve Carlton 1970. It's a nice one. Bob Gibson 1970. So they're all hiding out, and there's Tom Seaver's in here. I didn't see a Tom Seaver rookie. Maybe we'll get lucky, and there will be one. I don't know. 1970 Lou Brock is a nice one as well. And there is a 69 Steve Carlton. So nice little stack. Hall of Famers thrown in there. Looks like the quality got a little better. I'm watching on my laptop, and it looks like ass. But I don't know what you can really do about that except stop the stream and go upstairs, which is kind of ghetto. If you change the quality to 720, I feel like it looks better. Try that if you have not already. The people that are going to watch this after the live stream are going to be very upset, but this is life, I guess, when you do things ghetto. 72 Steve Carlton. There's a 69 Joe Torre. Another Joe Torre. Kurt Flood. That looks like it actually experienced part of a flood with water damage coming down. We have two of those. So Ted Sizemore. Some more 69s, lots of those in this collection. Like I said, I think I'll be able to put a big chunk of that set together also. Red Shane Dienst looking pretty pissed, giving Sparky a run for his freaking money. There's Dick Allen. And Jerry Royce rookie card. He's actually active on a Facebook page. I forget which one it is. He's active on, how about that? Is that better? That looks like crap. I feel like the light makes it worse. You would think I'd plan stuff like this out, but I don't. Jerry Royce is, there's another Tim McCarver too. He's active on like a vintage wax page or something like that. I'm like, is that a fake Jerry Royce? Is that an imposter? Who goes around pretending to be Jerry Royce? But I think it's actually him. Woody Herzog off to look pissed too. He definitely did. There's another red Shane Dienst. Mean mugging in St. Louis, as Corey might say. There's another Bob Gibson 70. Another Lou Brock, another Bob Gibson, another Lou Brock, another Bob Gibson. That's a nice pattern there. I'm not going to complain about that. 72 tops. Some 68s. 67. So now we're with the Astros. And there's a Raleigh Fingers rookie in here too. Raleigh Fingers, not a crazy high dollar rookie these days. Shut off that lava lamp. Is that making it worse? Maybe it is. I feel like you can't tell. Maybe we should do it by candlelight. How about that? Should we move positions maybe? I don't know. I honestly don't know what we should do, but I guess we'll just keep doing it the way we are. I said I filmed a preview video like this, but I didn't think that it would look that bad. Maybe we should just run upstairs and look through the rest of the box. I don't know. But whatever. Kind of ghetto, but it is what it is. I guess you can make out the, candlelight added on top of this ghetto, because I have ceiling lighting right now, recessed lighting. And like I said, the preview video turned out good. I was like, this looks good. You know, I don't even need any extra lighting. So naturally, I'm like, I can just pull these out of this tote or this tin and start filming. Nope. Gonna look like ass. But we have it any other way? Probably not. So, a bunch of 1970s. And I will be trying to put some sets together here, so I'll keep you updated on that project. The lighting is on recess. See what happens when you remove wood paneling? Yeah, I know. Mother Nature is pissed at me. I guess the past is angry with me for trying to modernize my basement. Shame on me for doing that. I should have known better, and this is the end result is blurry freaking footage. And Bob Meyer took the wrath for my negligence. Took off half his face. So some 70 rookie cards there. Rookie prospects. A few of those. And I've decided what we're going to do for all these 5,000 count boxes. Can you lay on your side and show us the cards? Blob Meyer. Yeah, so I haven't decided how we're going to do that. We might do like a What's in the Box Wednesdays, because the auctions will be every other Wednesday from now on. So far, no Vince McMahon fecal matter. None of that yet. Just a lot of comments. Like I said, there's a big portion of comments, but you got to pick out all the bigger names that are thrown amongst this all. So there are 269 mantles in this collection. There's a 70 Nolan, a 71 Nolan, a few Clementes. You got a 73 Pete Rose hanging out in here. The scrapbooks are freaking awesome too. There's some more nice ones in there. 73 Rose, and it's in pretty decent condition. There's a couple of those I've seen so far in here. But I'm hoping maybe that there's some nice error cards. Maybe we'll find no name on front here. Maybe there's a Dale Murphy reverse negative. Some of those, you never know, because I saw there's cards that are 81 in there, 81 Donruss, 81 Fleer, 89 Upper Deck. There might be a Griffey rookie. There's some 86 Fleer basketball I've seen. The Joe Morgan 73, nice condition. A 70 Johnny Bench, the third year for him. 70 Pete Rose is a nice one also. Another Tony Perez, another 73 Pete Rose, 72 Pete Rose. Reds team card. As Veda Pinson, we have a bench, 1970 Sporting News of Pete Rose. These are in decent shape too. A bench, Pete Rose. So nice little stack of them there. Paul Elsa's 1987 Topps insert. There's Tony Oliva, 1970, nice one as well. Would love to help you sort all those cards. Jesus and Matt says, yeah, it's kind of overwhelming. It's so much fun to buy collections like this. It's just like, where do I begin? So I was like, well, I'm not going to make a video for every single one of these boxes. I'm going to kind of thumb through what I see and like, okay, this looks interesting. I've seen boxes with 84 Fleer in them, 89 per deck, like I said. The one I went through today, I went through a 4,000 count box. I saw a lot of 91 Fleer and stuff in that cat in there. I was like, yeah, you know what? There's a bunch of older wrestling that I found that I pulled out. There's that Molitor on-card autograph. I don't know if it's real or not. This guy has a lot of There's a lot of autographs in this collection that I've come across, like randomly, including the Babe Ruth. But like these ticket stubs all have autographs. These are from Pirates, since I live outside the Pittsburgh area. Molitor, I don't know where he'd get his signature from. If he met him in person in a show or something like that. I've never really looked at a Paul Molitor signature, so I don't know what that looks like. It almost looks like it says Luke Martin. So it was randomly in a box full of Giant Eagle football cards from like the late 80s. There's a whole bunch of those in some shoebox. So I was like, that's pretty cool. I have no idea how real it is, but it's a 67 Killebrew is a nice one. A 70 Rod Carew, another Rod Carew, and the 69 Carew. I always like that card too. Remember they put that on the McDonald's glass back in the 90s, and I had that one. I think I might have had that and the Nolan Ryan too, but very nice. Another 70 Rod Carew. We got some Jim Kotz here. 3 Kotz in a row. And some Jim Bunning, the Phillies. Tegan says, if you get the Babe to sign, the Molitor was an easy one. Martin, yeah, I have no idea if that's actually an autograph. It looks like it says Martin. Who knows? But Paul Molitor's autographs are not really all too expensive, so that's probably not something I'd want to try to get authenticated. But it's neat, though. It's definitely neat. He has all these pirate autographs and stuff, and it's just like, who's autographing a Paul Molitor card and putting it back in their collection? I don't know. Could it be real? Yes. Could it be fake? Yes. So who knows? But and there's also, you know what? This is probably a highlight of this box. I forgot to mention it to you. We have some old football. There's a Terry Bradshaw rookie card in here, 1971. And that's pretty freaking awesome. I actually have a Terry Bradshaw autographed football, that was in a collection that a customer brought into my store a while back. And I almost like got rid of it. It's very faint. But like, this is sick to find that in this collection. It's pretty nice condition too. Bradshaw 71 rookie. So that will stay in my PC, and it's not in terrible condition. There's no creases. The corner's a little muffed up there. But overall, very nice eye appeal on the 71 Terry Bradshaw rookie card. Some more rubber band. But pretty sick little find in there. Hopefully the quality got a little better when I shut that freaking light off. So we got some 69 rookie stars. Anyone that doesn't watch my channel that watches this for the first time is going to think it's like my first video. Because usually the first ones or the first 20 or whatever are usually awful and blurry. Filmed sideways. It was Richie Allen again. Gene says, I had more Barry Bonds and Nolan Ryans in that 3,000 count box of baseball than I did up to that point. Grade that Bradshaw. You know, I thought about it. It looks like, you know, I would get a low number of grade, but I may grade that and maybe send an SGC and then have the football side by side in a case. Need to get a case for that football yet. I don't know if I ever showed that, but it's definitely Bradshaw's signature. It's signed exactly the way he signs. And it's just the ink has faded over time, so I kind of want to get it protected. So 72 rookies. Paul L says Rare Finds, or whatever his name would have already planted a Hank Aaron rookie. I've noticed that there is a guy named Rad Finds on YouTube. I know people definitely, there's a random Mike Schmidt 87 tops in there. Like, how did that get in there? I didn't plant that Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt. I didn't plant that Mike Schmidt. I promise I did not plant that in this vintage box. The crowd is going to yell fix here very soon. The Mike Schmidt is in this box full of 60s and 70s. Brian Charles says, your videos are instant classics. I appreciate that, man, even though the quality sucks. Paul L. quoting me. It's getting rowdy in here. TPIA After Dark has begun. Cover your kids' ears. These 69s are in nice condition, like those. Paul L. is adding that to the list of my bloopers. We have to have a TPIA bloopers reel. And you'll all be happy to know that tomorrow I shall be filming the Raiding My Parents' Attic for my childhood toys. That video is coming out tomorrow. And this video quality is absolute ass. I'm looking at it on my laptop, and I don't know how anyone's still in here watching this debacle that's happening in real time, filmed in my basement with very low lighting. But I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone bearing with me to find these 87 tops inserts in this freaking tin. Tangus says Raiders are the last of the last attic. I love that. Yeah, I don't know. I doubt I'm going to film it in the attic because there's no lighting. So if you think this lighting is bad, it's going to be even worse in there. So I'll probably grab a tote, maybe show a couple things. I don't even know how it's all like split up, but I know a lot of action figures I think are in one tote. So I can show you all my favorite 80s and 90s figures that I play with and discuss those. I don't know, like a 10-minute video. But Paul L., get ready to cross that off the list once and for all. We are doing this Oh, the video quality is awful. How can we fix this? I'm going to go to Comcast and grab someone by the shirt collar tomorrow morning. That will be happening. Maybe we'll do a live stream when I walk in there. So we're on a little spree there for a little while, all the Pete Rose and benches and everything else. And Denny McLain, 1970. There's a Ted Simmons. It's all Ted Simmons rookie in here. Dick Bosman. Denny McLain once again. It's a Jeff Burrows rookie card. Horacio Pena. K's Red Fans says the quality is like watching the scrambled channels when we were young. And it says GoFundMe for internet not from the past. Stop using these AOL free trial discs because it looks like crap. There's not even anything I can do, about this issue. Let me turn this light on again. I feel like that makes it worse. I don't know. We got a Schmidt 87 Topps insert in this box full of 60s and 70s, so we've already come out on top of this entire collection. And got some more 70s, 71 here, and a bunch more 70 as well. So like I said, there's a ton of those in this collection. It's Boots Day. What else can we unearth in this box? There's Expos. I miss the Expos. Some more 69s. And it looks like my phone has kind of fixed the comments. And I talked to my brother today. He said he was having the same issue with the comments on the screen, like not being able to read them. So I don't know what is going on with that, but some more 69 rookie stars. No sign of Raleigh Fingers yet. Better signal upstairs? Yeah, I guess, because I do it right next to the router, but it's like, how much do you got to pay to have internet that actually works in your whole house? That's like $200. Seems a little much. There's Rusty Staub. Looks like someone took a pickaxe to that card. You should let Pee Wee help you. Yeah, Pee Wee's got to come along and do something instead of just smoke cigarettes all the time. He's kind of like outstayed his welcome. All he does is sit around and cough and smoke cigarettes, so he's not really contributing to the human fund. Got some more 69 rookie stars. Jack Billingham. It's going to take us a while. We're going to be here looking at crap quality signal for a long time, so enjoy it. If you grab yourself a beer, maybe grab a whole 6-pack and just chug them as quick as you can, because then the video won't be blurry, or at least you'll have a reason for it being blurry. There's a Phil Niekro 1969 that someone glued a rubber band to, basically. Manny Mota took the backside, got up Pee Wee's pay to get more production. Yeah, he's really just a freeloader. There's Veda Pinson again. Greg Nettles shows up. Sam McDowell. Some more 70s. There's a 65. I think that's the first one we've seen in this box. Louis Tiant. A couple of his cards. 1969. Greg Nettles once again. Paul L. says, glued rubber band relic. Vince says, we're all just busting your bulbous sack, but we wouldn't be anywhere else but here. I love to hear that, man. You guys are the freaking best. This is the TPI community is the best community, I swear. I'm not saying that because I have an ego or anything. It truly is the best in the card community I've seen. Everyone gets along and everyone is just plays their part and contributes all kinds of humor. You guys make it what it is. There's Ron Santos, 73. There's a Billy Williams, 70. Fergie Jenkins, 70. What is that? Someone put a star sticker on Glenn Becker's head. That's interesting. There's Jim Cott, 69. Some more Twins. A miscut on Bob Miller. See a lot of people selling miscuts on eBay as errors for like thousands of dollars. I don't know if they're actually selling or not, but we got Wally into the house. He is lurking in the background, says video blurry. Hold on, let me turn this light on. Well, I was hoping I could just scramble to try to do something here. I was desperate. It was done out of desperation. But we have Bert Blyleven rookie card showing up. 1971 Topps Blyleven. It's one I have already in the rookie box, so that'll probably make its way to an auction. Near you, next Wednesday, Dean Chance, miscut. There's a Rod Carew, 1970 Sporting News. Oliva, 73. Another 65. Louis Tiant, 68. Tony Oliva. Team card, Oliva, 72. Floyd Fence is hoping for 71 months. And you actually missed one. There was one at the beginning of the video. There's a 71 months in the first, I don't even know, 5 minutes of the video? It's out. Make it a little less ghetto. Let me know if the quality is a little bit better with this. Tigers team card. Tin Sack, the the new Kevin Costner movie. Joel S. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's Tom Tresh. So is the quality better? I left my laptop. I abandoned it. But it was for a noble cause. There's Willie Horton. 27% better. All right. Brian Smith says, much better. This is like the Pulp Fiction briefcase. All right, good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm sorry you had to suffer through misery and agony for a while there. Santo 1970. So after I showed probably most of the best cards, or all the best cards, the quality is now better. These 73s are pretty nice, though. We got Pee Wee in the house. We got Walkton in the house. He sounds awful, but he's happy that we've come upstairs and he can be part of this channel. Maybe it's like it might be an internet thing. Who knows? I might have to, like I said, someone might have to get their shirt collar grabbed, pulled over the counter. I don't know, but there's a second year Bly 11 72 tops. 69s, there's Tony Oliva 69. The emphysema gets worse by the day. It's getting awful. There's 1970 Killebrew, some 69 Killebrews there. 3 of them, to be exact. This one's actually pretty freaking nice in comparison to the other two. There's a 1971 Killebrew. Pretty sharp-looking 71, though. Check that out. Like, some of these definitely, I feel like, may grade out pretty decent, especially for 71s. That black border's tough. 70 Crew, Sporting News. Cookie Rojas, Amos Otis. There's a Lou Piniella. Not a freaking rookie, so please don't call that one. I'm sure I know some YouTubers that probably would and have called that a rookie. And nothing irks me more than calling non-rookies rookies. It is awful. Like G says, I have that 70 Killebrew autographed. That's pretty sick. There's another Lou Piniella. Lou Pinella's another guy who had like 4 cards that said rookie on them. But Joel S. says, I may have missed it, but how much was the entire lot? I'm not going to say exactly how much I paid for everything. I don't do that anymore because usually it ends up in arguments. There's another miscut, but let's just say it was a fair price, and I gave the guy an extra $100 more than he asked me to give him. So I thought it was a fair price based on what I saw here and what we went through and agreed on. So I'll just leave it at that. Lou Piniell's 6-year rookie card, $62,428.12. Rodriguez rookie. There's a bunch of mostly commons and stuff like that, but these will go into fill in the set. Edwin, thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, it just seems better that way. It's just, I don't know. People just get very opinionated, and my opinion on what this is worth may be different than your opinion and everyone else's. So it's just better to just not say, but I will say, yeah, what he asked me for it, I gave him an extra $100. So, fully fenced, I have that Paul Splittorff card, but it's got the 50th anniversary stamp from the Heritage buybacks. Paul says $420.69. Here's some league leaders: Gibson, Perry, and Jenkins. Checklist card. This one's got a little bit of a crease in it, but it doesn't seem to be marked at all. Killebrew, Yaz, and Frank Howard. Got Seaver, Luke Walker, and Wayne Simpson. And a couple rookies there from 71. Here's a nice checklist from 71. I don't see these all too often. One's also not inked up. Seaver, Gibson, Jenkins again. You got Perez, Williams, and Bench. Perez, Bench, Williams, Yaz, Oliva, Alex Johnson. There's Boog Powell on this one. Manny Sanguin. Here's some 72s. We got Rod Carew, Sporting News. Now Pete Rose. These are 69s again. McCovey, Von Kessinger. We got Brooks Robinson, Yaz. There's some more league leaders. Seaver, a couple Seavers. There's Fergie on this one. Vada Blue and Dead Center on this one. We got Vada Blue again, a few of those. Mickey Lalich. This one is actually kind of filled in a little bit. Some more 72s. There's Brooks Robinson, Boy Those Are the Stars on our checklist card. Babe Ruth Award. Rookie of the Year Award, Cy Young. So checklist, I mean, it's pretty crazy. I never thought when I was younger that people would be going after checklists and paying what they pay for some of these, but that's the reality of it is, especially for these vintage ones, if they're not actually crossed out at all. Hopefully, your Aeon's better on the video quality. That's why I wanted to do this downstairs, because like this tin is like, it's too tall. I couldn't show in the background. I guess I could just pull off to the side. Whatever though. Corey says those vintage checklists are worth some money. That's kind of what I thought. Here's another 87 Topps insert. Wallace Johnson. I don't know why those are in there, but they are, and I love it. So I planted those. I admit, you guys caught me. I planted 87 Topps cards in here to try to beef this collection up. So Bunch more 70s. What other kind of juiciness can we find in this sack? These 72s are in nice condition too. Like for being a tin for that long, like they don't all have beat up corners and stuff. Very surprising. I'm serious because you removed the wood paneling. It's not finished all yet. If there were if all the drywall was put up, then just the white wall would probably reflect the light. Obviously, probably look a lot better, I would think. But Tango says, let's see a maze. You know what's in here? There is a 68 Maze Killebrew mantle. I don't know where I put it. I feel like I put it back in here. That was a pretty cool one that I'll put in my PC because I started indirectly collecting Mickey Mantle recently because these collections I was buying, I'd have like a few in each one. So I'm like, you know what? I'm one of the best players of all time. I might as well start collecting his cards. So I have I got a pretty decent collection. I mean, nothing crazy high dollar, but I got a SGC 658 All-Star mantle. That's probably the oldest mantle I have and a pretty good grade on it. And probably have, a dozen or so of his cards, including some duplicates. So we got some more 87 tops in here. Tigers team card. James Reynolds says, hey, if you collect them, they will come. When you got I got the autograph ball. So it's like I'm supposed to collect mantle stuff apparently. So some 87s. Ron Davis looking rookie in there. The breath of fresh air. The junk wax creeping in. Corey says, might as well. Did I say might as well? I should be scolded for that. Or tarred and feathered for not saying it the way it's supposed to be said. This one looks like, it looks exactly like my Greg Jeffries 89 Topps Future Star card that my brother got his hands on. And I must have pissed him off and did something because took that Greg Jeffries and he crushed it in his hand like that. And I still have it. It's in a top loader and it looks like this. All these years later. My beloved 89 Topps Greg Jeffries, that was the most valuable and sought after card, was destroyed. And I think it's in the next room over. We'll have to dig that out one of these days and show that. So we got some Upper Deck, 90s Upper Deck-esque organization here, or lack of organization, I should say, with cards flipped every which way. Mickey Lelich again, 71. More 70s. And I apologize for flipping through these so fast. I just didn't want to make this video 3 hours long as it would be. If I sat here and read every single name, I can't do videos like that. If I try to watch videos of people opening packs and it's like monotonely, just like, here's a Burt Bly 11. Here is this one. And here is that. I just can't do it. It drives me freaking wild. Indians team card. And Tommy Harper with some sort of printing blemish I'm obsessed with. Either that, you know what? It's not a printing blemish. Some kid got into a box of crayons. What does that say on it? Pilots? Interesting. Very interesting. Milt Wilcox. It's not a Red Pants Bass, but whatever. It's still neat. It's very custom. There's Larry Brown. There's 71 Indians card. This one is... 71s are pretty nice in here. So... the Seattle Pilots, Floyd fan says. Does that say Pudo? I don't know what it says. It says Pilots. Some paper loss on Sonny Siebert. Some more 69s. What else can we unearth in here? Dude obviously got traded and the kid decided to update his card. That's exactly what happened. I don't know if I ever did that or not before, but how are we doing on that video quality? Is it just aeons better? Got Tony Canigliaro again. Rico Petrocelli, his 1970. There's a Yaz 1970 Sporting News. Reggie Smith, some more 72s. We got some TPI After Dark dirty talk happening. So we got some more junk wax era stuff in here that we have to look through. Is that freaking Vaughn Hayes? It looks like him. So I don't know if we're going to find any. Oh, Kevin Bass, of course, is going to be in there. Keith Atherton with some sort of. It looks like a lipstick print on there. Like Keith Atherton kissed. I don't know if they copied his lips, molded it, and put it right on there. But I'm obsessed with that because it's Keith Atherton, who's a huge dork. And Ken Phelps, of course, is going to be in there. And he has his own kind of special UFO blemish on there. And of course, Greg Swindell, rookie, is going to be in there. Yeah, somebody knew I was going to look through this all these years later. But Keith Atherton with the lipstick print, obsessed with that card, officially. Joe Necro's in there. Bronson says, if you find some 74 Tigers, they have a guy on the team named Dick Sharon. I definitely remember seeing his card before. Bring on the 80s Blue Streak. Tango, I'm hoping I can find some of those in these 5,000 count boxes. Very well could. Carew Smith Oliva. All right, let's get to some more 69ing. I know what I said. Raleigh Fingers rookie card shows up. This one's got part of the margin lopped off, but a Fingers rookie pre-stash. This one's probably better than the one that I have in my rookie box, so that's probably be swapped out. 73. And some more checklists. There's a 73 Carew, Billy Williams. And look at this. This is a nice one here. McCovey, Hank Aaron, and Lee May with homemade facial hair. McCuffey with what looks to be a handlebar mustache, and Lee May looks like an actual swashbuckler with that kind of facial hair. Hank Aaron looks like, I don't even know. He's got some sort of piercing coming from his nose to his ear. Marichal, Carlton Gibson. We got Howard, Killebrew, Yaz, Stargell. I like this card a lot from when I was a kid. I had this one. I didn't have many 70s cards as a kid at all, but I did have this one. I don't know where I got it from. Probably a trade with one of the neighborhood kids, but I still have it in yellow top loaders. Tuck McGraw, Marichal, 72 in action. So we got some of these. Daryl Evans, Clarence Gaston. There's a Pete Rose, 72. I don't think I've ever seen that card before. That's pretty sick. Singleton, Ron Santo. Oh, Ollie Brown. Another Ron Santo. And we got some more checklists. Some more checklists. 6 series of Brooks Robinson, Tony Oliva, 7 series. Here it is. This card's pretty awesome. I did put it back in there. I was worried for a second I wouldn't be able to find it, but I don't have this one, and I like it. I like it a lot. You got Mays, Mantle, Killebrew. The right margin, of course, is missing, but it's not terrible condition for being a 68. It's just lopped off. So I'll put this in my mantle collection. I have a decent amount of mantles that just like, they're not really, I don't know, the cards that he's featured with other players. I probably still keep those. So if I count all those, I probably have 20 or so. But here's one just randomly sitting here. Yeah, it's a nice one for the PC. I'll keep that one. Another Oliva 7 series. 44-4. What's happening, man? What is going on? Good to see you. Tom Seaver. A Gibson. Some more checklists from 71. Just Jim Palmer now shows up. Bench Williams Perez again. Another checklist. Baseball coins checklist. Another Palmer. And some more rookies. Why can't that be a Jim Wolford rookie? 7 series. They make that many series back then. So we still have 2 full rows to go through. So don't make any plans. If anything, cancel your plans. If you got a lady friend coming over, tell her not to bother because we're looking at baseball cards. And tell her to take a hike and go find something else to do. There's Rico Petrocelli, Canigliaro, and some more 69s. Paul else, it's time to whip out the jerky. And we're getting wild at this time of the night. We might get so wild that I will open a box of 92 Topps Kids. Don't tempt me. I have 2 boxes I'm looking at directly right now that are sitting on the couch over there in this gigantic mess that I call life. But we have those on standby in case you guys get way too rowdy and have to subdue everyone with 92 Topps Kids. Paul L. is pissed about that. So we got some more 69s. John Donaldson, super dorky. Corey says, this lady wants me to come over and do some edibles and and drink Jack Daniels. There's a couple A's team cards. Yeah, that was a real thing. That was a real thing that he's talking about. All right, so we have Sal Bando, Bert Campaneris on this card. I don't think I've ever seen that one before either. It says pretty cool. Pretty cool. Paul F says, don't you threaten us with a good time. We're all about having good times around here, especially when the video quality is absolute crap. And here's another one that somebody got into the box of crayons and attacked, physically assaulted this Jack Aker. There's a LaRussa, the flat top, 68 Topps, and Sal Bando. Bert Campaneris got the mad hits. And some 67s now. Campaneris again. So as you see, there's a lot of the same years. Like I think we've seen like, I don't know, what, 164 in here and a couple 74s. So a lot of the same years that this person collected. Joe Torre, 68 there. I didn't see any Phil Niekro rookies in the 64, which would have been awesome. It's a pretty tough card to feel like to come across randomly these days. There's a 72 LaRussa. And the 66 Mac Jones. There's not many of these in here we've seen so far, but I think we still got maybe some more treats coming up in here. If I planted any more 87 Topps, that'll be coming up here soon. Tito Francona. And 1970 Braves card. That's a pretty cool one. So there's a Ted Simmons rookie card. That one really kind of shot up as of the last couple of years. I remember I used to get this card for like $1, and definitely has spiked up. Shane Dienst. Looks like someone in karate kicked this one to hell and back, and spilled some sort of coffee on it. So I don't know if I'd use that. There's that pissed off Shane Dienst again. There's like 10 of that card in here. It's creeping me out. I don't like it. Literally 10 of that freaking card. There was a bunch of those earlier for you guys that just popped in here recently. And anyone that is watching the replay, forgive me for that awful quality that you had dealt with in the beginning. There's a 69 Ted Williams. I got a few of this card, but this one's kind of beat up. Kurt Flood, 71. Dennis Cook's grandfather. Yeah, you missed, if you just pop in here now, you missed a lot of the ghetto-ness. But there's still plenty to go around. There's Tony Walker with a gum band stuck to it for the last 30 years. We embrace things like that around here. Phil Necro, nice one there. Mac Jones, some more 67 randomness. We got Billy Williams coming up. Some stickiness. Yeah, it's crazy how nice these black border 71s are in here. Do you think that they'd be all dinged up and stuff? 67 Williams. Leo DeRocher, there's a 68 Banks, 70 Banks. I think that's a high number too, I'm pretty sure. 630 it is, so that's kind of a more valuable one. I've got a couple of those. There's Leo again, if you manage your cards. Whitey Lockman. And here's some 74s. Maybe we didn't see any of these yet. Back to the 70s. Santo. Like I said, these were all in order by team, and then I savagely went through them at this guy's house and scattered them all over his table. I had time of my life for about 3 hours being an absolute nerd and talking about baseball cards. Doesn't get all that much better than that. All right, so a bunch more 70s. Like I said, I think I got a good chunk of the set here. I already have a decent amount of 70s from our collection I bought, so now I got all these to add to it. And I know there's a couple second-year Reggies in here they'll be coming up here pretty soon. At least they should be. I saw a few of those. And White Sox. A couple White Sox cards. More rookies. Wilbur Wood. Jason Nash is what an awesome find. It's not all too often that, I mean, I get lucky sometimes. The last vintage find I had was pretty awesome too, because I had, there's a few mantles in there, probably like 4 or 5 mantles, I think, to be exact. There was Clementes, a bunch of stuff from my PC. Second year Pete Rose, a couple of those. There's Aparicio, 1970. So that was a cool one. That was probably, I don't know, it was like last summer. So I feel like maybe like twice a year I have a phone call with a good collection. And a lot of it, I don't show you. I try to tell you guys about the better ones, but I do meet up with people and I do see junk wax cards in plastic bags. So, you know, it's not like a rad finds thing where every single collection I go look at, I just bang those off the side of the tin because I wasn't paying attention. But it's not like every single one I go look at is like gold or anything. Here's Ted Williams, Mike Epstein, and Ted Williams. Ted shows how. It's a pretty cool one. Another 69 Williams, looking rather bitter and pissed. Another Williams, Epstein. Paul says, I got some vintage cards for you. Proceeds to bring a little container, $19. I definitely deal with that too. And people get real mad about it. People get real mad at me when I tell them that their cards are not worth anything. And I do it in the nicest way possible. I feel like I have to explain myself. And Push Bus says he found that Roger Staubach rookie in the collection from last year. That was pretty sick too. That was from the guy I bought my house off of. He brought those to my house. They're on a plastic bag. And he didn't want them. And I was like, well, I'll sell them for you. And that's why I was like, you know what? A lot of these are destroyed from gum bands. I feel like he thought that I was lying. I always felt bad about that. I was like, dude, like, vintage cards, it's all about condition. So that's the biggest thing. A lot of people want to grade vintage cards. So just because you got a Ted Williams doesn't mean it's like worth $1,000. This is like very late in Ted Williams' career. And, you know what I mean? Like, in general, you're not going to fetch what you would for like a 1954 Ted Williams or, you know, any of those years. Obviously, I mean, you can usually go to a card show, pick this card up for like less than $10, I feel like, or even on eBay, you can get it in like near mint condition for not very much. But yeah, you always have to have that conversation with people and just, you know, it's only worth what someone's willing to pay. And the the dictator of current market value is eBay sold listings, obviously. Ron Santo, but people still go by Beckett. You gotta love him for going by Beckett all these years later. Now, the one thing I will go by Beckett is rookie cards. And Corey and I talk about that a lot. Dr. James Beckett, he is the true genius as far as baseball cards go, especially the junk wax era. There's Lou Piniella Gold Cup again, not a rookie. So the only time I kind of questioned Dr. James Beckett's judgment was when he did not put an RC next to Pedro Martinez 91 Upper Deck Final Edition, which is his one true rookie and earliest card. So there's an RC next to it now, finally. And I like to credit myself to that to an extent, even though I'm probably wrong. We got some sort of weird, I don't even know, pagan text on here on Bill North. But the card books for $250. Oh, that's what's crazy. You go into Beckett. There's some Raleigh Fingers 73s. There's Jackson 73, nice one there. Catfish Hunter. I'm just doing this box tonight, William, and then we'll probably do one of those 5,000 count boxes. I don't know if I'll do all of them on here, but like we'll do them periodically. There's a Vita Blue rookie card, 1970, and our Fingers. Jackson 71. There's 3 of those. Very nice. Another Jim Hunter. Several of those. The second year Jackson, this one is pretty beat up. And some more Vita Blue rookies. Jackson 70, second year. Vita Blue again. Jim Hunter. Sporting News, Jackson. Raleigh Fingers, very clean cut, 73. And I think there's more of his second years in there. You can send all his vintage cards to me, bro. I know you don't need them, Frankie Turner says. There's quite a lot. I will definitely be putting these in all of the vintage boxes. The vintage box I have divided up by year. I'm going to have to expand that now, but I'd come across all these cards, and I'm not collecting random, common cards from the 70s, but now I'm accumulating quite a few of them with these collections. So it's like I might start putting these sets together, actually. Astros team card. But I'm hoping that we could find some nice rookies or not even rookies and error cards in those boxes. It could be all junk. Like I said, I went through a 4,000 count box today, but I kind of saw what was in there first. I saw 91 Fleer and a bunch of 91 Pro Set football. And then I saw that Maurice Cheeks 86 Fleer. I'm like, whoa, we got 86 Fleer in here? Like, that is pretty crazy. I doubt there's a Jordan, but like there's a lot of big rookies in 86 Fleer. Could be like a Patrick Ewing rookie in there, or like Barkley, Akeem Olajuwon. Or even like a second year Jordan in the later years, like the late 80s, like that would be crazy. So never know until you go through it, and that's the best part about buying these collections. So you kind of just gotta glaze over everything. So when I looked at this collection, I went through this entire box. I'm like, to get a fair assessment on price and what I wanted to pay, I gotta go through this and make sure that I see every card in here. Because if there's a Nolan Ryan here, rookie, or a Johnny Bench rookie, that's gonna drastically increase what I'm willing to pay for it, obviously. Gil Hodges, 1970, world champions. So, I spent the most time in, and then the rest of them, it's like, you know what? I can take the lids off of them, and I can see exactly what's in there. I can see the colors of 88 Donruss, 88 Fleer, 91 Fleer, and then you assess it that way, and you skim over it, and obviously you'd spend days looking through the amount of cards that I brought back with me just to go through everything. It's not really worth the time, but we're gonna do it together and see if we can find any weird errors and stuff like that. We got rubber band shards falling. Ron Santo rookie. You know what? I didn't see any 61s in here at all. There's Claude Osteen. Dodgers, Don Sutton 73. Steve Yeager. And what else can we unearth? The 87 Jordan in good condition. Yeah, 87 Jordan still a very valuable card for sure. We may find some of that. The Bradshaw 71 rookie in here was sick. That will stay in the PC. Claude Osteen again, Minimota. So there's Jenkins, 69. So many 71s. And I feel like there's not a lot of duplicates in here either, which is crazy. For all the 71s we've seen, I'm not seeing a lot of the same faces or cards unless I'm just not paying that much attention to it. So I'm trying to go through these relatively quick. We got a Goose Gossage rookie. 73 tops. Here's another one that we used to come across at flea markets and antique malls for $5. I think Vintage Beckett has this listed at like $150 or something crazy like that. You can't always go buy Beckett price cards off of Beckett. The price-wise, which I guess it's understandable, because if you have an Eddie Murray rookie, the 78, and Beckett books it at $80, and recently sold listings are 10, like, are you going to put it out for 10, or are you going to put it out for 80 and be like, you know what, that card's half off? Probably 80, I would think. Or usually what I do is I'll just price it like I don't know, in between or something along those lines, or just, I don't know. I usually try to price my stuff. When I did card shows, I'd price it like below comps by a little bit at least. There's Buckner rookie cards, a couple of those. Dodgers team card, full 10-second freeze out. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but something's going on with the crap internet that we have here. Is Walt Alston. Taco Bell. Someone's got Taco Bell. I feel like I need to go there now. I have not eaten Taco Bell in a couple of days, and my life has taken a turn for the worse because of it, I feel like. So, Floyd thinks I'm going to have to fight Corey for the 70s. Yeah, you guys are both putting together 1970s. So there's Maury Wills. That's a cool card. 72 Cubs. You Cubbies fans. There's Ron Santo, not a rookie, but like an 11th year card. So we'll take it. J.C. Martin, there's Santo, there's a 68. There's Fergie, 67. Santo again. And we got stacks on stacks. And don't forget, I knocked that whole stack over downstairs, so I got to clean that up. Or will it still be there tomorrow? You be the judge of that. Buckner had a great career, very close to Hall of Fame stats. It's a shame we lost him. I'm not going to say too early, but he lived full life and is sorely missed. Got a McCovey 1970 Sporting News. A couple of those. And here we go. Royals. Right on there. Royals with a... Luckily, it's not any Mickey Mantles that have writing on them, thankfully. But I guess these are just players that were traded. KL should make a Taco Bell robot card. That would be sick. Paul L says, why do today what you can put off for tomorrow? That is the official TPIA slogan. And I don't know, maybe I should get it tattooed on my freaking neck because it is the slogan of my life. Why do today what you can get what you can put off until tomorrow? That is how we do things around here. It's Don Sutton again. I probably won't get it tattooed on my neck, but I will make a TPIA shirt that says that on the back of it because I won't wear my own shirts around. I'm not that kind of person, but if I had one that said that on the back, I would gladly wear it around because it's freaking sick. So we got 73 Brooks Robinson, Frank Robinson 70, another Frank Robinson 70. Here's Earl Weaver rookie card. It's also another nice one. Brooks Robinson 67. So we got some O's here for Corey. Another Brooks, another Frank. There's Jim Palmer 71. And some more Jim 69. This is Frank Robinson, big crease right there. This is why the G.I. Joe video isn't done yet, Lindsey Clerks. So the G.I. Joe videos have been abandoned. We're now going back and trying to cross off videos, so it may come out at some point. Some schmutz on this Jim Palmer. There's another Frank Robinson, another Earl Weaver rookie. You may see one of those in the next auction because I do have that card already. Palmer 68, another Frank Robinson. Unfortunately, there's no Palmer rookies that I saw in here from the 66 set. There's a 72 Brooks. Some more O's. Taco Fractor might show up. There's a bunch of Brooks and Franks in here. G.I. Joe video has legal issues with copyrights. 44 Forces, I got your custom tee. Did you really, man? That's freaking sick. There's a Don Baylor rookie card. And John Boog Powell, there's another 65 randomly in there. I haven't seen too many of those yet. We still got another row of these to go through. Mike Quellier, and some other names on the Bird Hill Aces. And some more 68s. Yeah, he always had a pretty angry unibrow as well. Very much like Wally Moon. Almost looks exactly like freaking Wally Moon. Paul L. demanding a Mike Watson sighting. Well, Paul L. asked for a Mike Watson sighting. You give him what he wants. He is the official director of records here at TPI. And also, too, I want to ask you guys for a big freaking favor. Here is the Walkden floating in the eternal snow globe that does not have snow. But a big favor. It doesn't cost you anything. And I don't normally do it because I don't like to do it because I just, that's not who I am. But if you're not subscribed to this channel and you like the videos, please subscribe because I noticed my analytics recently, 55% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed to it. That kind of sucks. So over half of the people that watch these videos are not subscribers. So if you enjoy it, please consider doing that because it definitely would help me out. It puts the videos out there for more people to see. It all works by algorithm. So if you comment on a video and you say, hey, what's up? That helps the video be seen by somebody else. That's just how it works. So the more comments, the more people will see it. And the most people see my videos from the homepage. They just jump on there and like, what the hell is this? This guy's opening junk wax? I guess I'll watch this crap. And that's usually how my videos are viewed primarily. But yeah, if you subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Comments are greatly appreciated. That helps me a lot. But 67 Juan Marichal, that's my pitch for begging people to subscribe. I won't probably do it again. So Marichal 60 or 72. Subscribe, you slanderous trolls, and buy a shirt. Frankie Turner says we got definitely got 369 McCoveys. Make that 4. Very nice. Gaylord Perry looking like an absolute monster. Direct off the cast of the Munsters. Car always creeped me out. William Richards says, love the vintage cars, I guess, because I am vintage. Yeah, we're all with you on that, man. We all love them. 70 Marichal, 69 Marichal, McCovey Marichal. There's some nice juicy ones here. Dave Kingman. Haven't seen a Kingman rookie. His rookie is the previous year. Gaylord Perry. Nice one showing his pits. Push buttons to sub the passes live or wake up with Wally Moon's unibrow. Oh, that is treacherous. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that, man. The 71, Gaylord Perry 68. Marichal Sporting News. There's a Bobby Bonds rookie card. And Joseph C., a.k.a. Wally Moon, could probably tell you a funny story about this card, and or Corey probably could chime in on that. And some more McCovey. So what is that? 8 William McCovey 69s we saw in just the last, 30 seconds. There's a link to pushing buttons. So hopefully one day we'll make videos. Hopefully is recovering quite nicely. Bob Gritch starts this stack off. So we probably got there's another Earl Weaver. We probably have another, 500 cards to go through. So chug those beers real quick. Pat Dobson, like a wild gunslinger. I'm getting double talk every so often. Santa Claus unibrow just keeps growing back. Yeah, you wake up with that. You don't want that. So listen to pushing buttons. Brooks Robinson once again. Some more O's. Another Earl Weaver rookie. It's sick. There's 4 or 5 of those in there. It's pretty awesome. I will not complain about that. There is that eternal unibrow once again. Vincent says my YouTube is freaking out, man. Try refreshing. I don't know what's going on. There's Davey Johnson, still without a neck, almost looking like a vampire. He's going to sink those teeth into somebody's jugular. Some more O's here. 71s. Another Boog Powell. 1970 Sporting News. A couple of those. Yeah, there's a crap ton of Orioles in here, Corey. I didn't even realize that as I was going through it. I was going through it pretty quick the other day. And some Mets. There's a lot of Mets stuff in this collection, but some vintage Braves. These 71s are really nice condition. From all the ones that I usually see that have white on every single corner, I cannot believe, as Clete Boyer, how nice those ones look, honestly. And reach back into this trusty freaking sack. I don't know what else we're really going to look for in here. I honestly can't remember. There's our Gil Hodges, a couple of those. Pee-wee is still in the Wi-Fi signal while downloading questionable videos. Don Clendenin shows up. William Richards says, thanks for what you're doing. I love it. Thank you, William. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here and for that, man. I'm glad that you like it, even though the video quality is absolute crap at times, if not all the time. We got 2 Jerry Kuzmans here early on in his career. He had a great career. If you go back and look at Kuzman's stats, he doesn't get the appreciation that he should. 68 Mets team card. There's a link to William Richards. I don't know if he has a channel or not, but subscribe to him if you have not done so already. Or be grabbed by the shirt collar. Jerry Grote. And we got a couple Seavers here. No Seaver rookies, unfortunately. It's still not one that I have come across in my travels. It's one I hope to pull a trigger on the National this year. Hopefully I'll be at the National. I'll definitely be at the National in Cleveland. Excited about that. So hopefully you guys are going there. We meet up. But hopefully I'll maybe get myself a Tom Seaver rookie this year. It's probably the big card I want to go after. I never see it. So Doc Gooden randomly put in here. So we're going to call that a short print. There's a Kuzman second year Gold Cup. That one's got some creasing in it. 70 Kuzman. It's got a little bit of lipstick print around the color. Tug McGraw, the 3D Tug McGraw, and some more Mets. No Munson rookie in here yet. Don Clendenin again. Our Tug. Seaver and Carew rookies. I picked up a Carew rookie for I think about $200. About what was it? Was it a year or so ago? It's pretty nice. I bought it raw though, so I got that one. But the Seaver that's a tough one because it's a high number. So usually those ones, and I have my eye on one. And now that I think about it, I need to go back to this LCS. It's about 45 minutes away because he has one there. He said it's on consignment. And he told me that he's selling it for somebody else. He's like, make me a fair offer on it. He's like, I'll sell it to you after Christmas. He's like, it's not going to sell if you want it. I was like, I need that Seaver, man. Like, what do you want for it? He had $1,500 on the price tag. It's nice. He's like, it'd probably grade out like a 5. And I'm like, I don't really need a 5. I just want like a 1 or a 2. I don't really even want it graded. I just want it raw. But I don't know. I might be able to work a deal out with him. There's a Hank Aaron 1970. So I actually forgot about that until we just started talking about it. I need to go back to his store and see what I can work out. But I'm trying to take it a little easy on the spending lately, so I've kind of cut myself off for the next couple of days. There's a bunch of Al K lines. So we got 4 69 K lines, a 70 K line is a nice one. So I'm not going to buy a Seaver rookie just yet, but I got my eye on it. There's a nice 73 Hank Aaron. Look at that. Very nice. Milt Papaz. And then Hank Aaron 70 Sporting News is a nice one too. Cepeda. It's like someone tried to scalp him. Felipe Alou. So another 64. There's not many of those in here. There's only a handful. Lou Brock is probably the best one. Some Necro 1971s. We got 4 of those. Very nice. I want to go halfsies on the server. Yeah, the 73 Hank is pretty nice. There's a 1970 Hank. This one's got some schmutz or fecal matter on it. There's another Necro. 65 Hank Aaron's a nice one too. This one's a little beat up, but still, it's a Hank Aaron, so I will accept it gladly. Felipe Alou, who's a bad omen. Felipe Alou, yeah, he's a bad omen from the 2004 rip. What was it? I kept pulling his freaking manager card out of 04 Topps, the Series 1, looking for the Yachty Molina. I think I pulled a freaking gold card of him out of there too. LaRue 72. Definitely can put that set together. Mize well. Tango says 65 Hank is sweet. I like that card. Joe Morgan 1970. 68 Morgan, another 70 Morgan. And things are just flaking away everywhere. Dirty old gum bands. Steve Carlton 71. Gibson 70. There's Joe Torre again. Seen some repeats here. Lou Piniella. Some 69 stars. Some checklists. There's that Brooks again. Tommy Helm, Sporting News. Yaz. Brooks. Ken Harrelson. Brooks again. Pete Rose. 69. Sporting News. Pete Broberg. Those nice chops. All right. How many more do we have left in this never-ending, endless, bottomless metal tin? Still got, I don't know, maybe I was grossly underestimating that 500 more cards when I said that a while ago. Sal Bando, a couple of his cards. Vids of putting together sets. A binder would be cool. That's probably how I do it. I have a partial 62 in a binder and also a partial 69 set in a binder. So that's probably the way it goes. Campaneris again, George Hendrick. Get to some A's now. Back to some Cardinals. They're all over the place. Richie Allen. Cookie Rojas. There's another Ted Simmons rookie card. A couple of those. So we've seen 3 Ted Simmons rookies now in this collection. Wade Blasingame. I don't think I've ever heard or said that name in my entire life. Some rookie stars with the Astros. Card stock on a lot of these it's hard to shuffle through them quickly. Gil Hodges 69. Fake name, that's what I was thinking too. Mize well, Williams says. That is the slogan around here. I did post the official Mize well meme on the Facebook page. If you're not on the Facebook page, I suggest not subscribing to it, but joining the Facebook page. It doesn't cost you anything. There's another Gil Hodges. And you will see what I'm talking about. And all the goodies. And also, the 90 top strip is coming up here pretty soon. We have that, and we're coming up in less than a week. And there will be a live auction this coming Wednesday. Every other Wednesday, that will be a thing from now on. And a couple other things lined up. I don't know if we're going to do What's in the Box Wednesday, or we're going to just open these boxes of 5,000 count up and look through those together. Probably live, because it's the most fun. And keep the suspense. That's why I don't want to go through them yet. It's killing me. Because I want to know what's in there. So I'm half tempted to just sit here and do live stream the entire night to look through all those boxes. There's Gil Hodges. And coming up someday soon, I know I've made a promise on it a while ago, Paul, but I talked about going through my childhood cards. My parents' house, I have a tower full of sets and 5,000 count boxes and all kinds of stuff that I haven't looked through in a very, very long time. And I thought about doing like a long live stream and going through all of it. Like the complete sets, we'll just show those, put them aside, and then we'll go through the 5,000 count boxes. That's probably a lot of commons, but you may find some error cards in there that I need, like Doug Drabeck 91 Tops with the wrong color inner border and some weird stuff like that. There's Hoyt Wilhelm 1970. What's in the box? Wednesdays. But then it'd have to be every other Wednesday. Or I could just not call it anything and just, hey, I don't have any videos to make tonight. Let's open this box up and look through it. 89 score will be showed for sure. It'll probably be a long video. Like we're probably talking like 8-hour live stream. It'll be a long time. Red Shane Deans once again looking pissed off. Some 69s here. Dick Hughes. And what else do we have left in this box? See if I can tilt it without jostling everything around. Oh, there's a Pirates autograph in there. I don't know if we looked at that one yet. Actually, there's quite a few ticket stubs. So this one, Johnny Ray. I think there's a few Johnny Ray autos in this collection. This is from 87 too. Must have had season tickets in 1987 because there's a bunch of those. There's Tito Francona. There's a bunch of those ticket stubs in here that are signed. There's another McCovey. Another ticket stub. What is this for? This one is the Doobie Brothers, 1991. That's pretty wild. Did not see that one in there yesterday when I was going through these. So there's a 93 Topps card in here. Oh, there's all kinds of goodies. We have even more in here that I did not see yesterday. Let's check these out. Dirty R bands. All right, we got Pirates at Braves and Pirates at Cardinals. July 22nd and August 10th. $11.50 for tickets. Three River Stadium. Place where dreams come true. I don't know what year these are from. I have no idea. It's going to piss me off now, though. Anal Padrique. So we got McCovey 70. Another one of those. This is another 70 McCovey. It's Sporting News and now regular non-subset card. So we're into some Giants. There's a Buddy Bond second year. There's all kinds of chaos happening. Tommy Aaron. Aspermonte. And if I make one wrong move, I'm knocking over stacks of these cards. So we don't want to do that. And oh, we got some 93 Topps inserts. Greg Vaughn for Joseph C. J. Pylon. I don't know if I pronounced that right or not. Says, salute to the chat. Hello. What is going on, man? Thank you very much for that. Thank you for hanging out and enduring this very long live stream that started off very shaky and has continued on that way for a while, but it's kind of not as bad as it was. Appreciate that, man. I'm not sure if he's a channel or not, but could you please link him so people could check his channel out if he does have one. Another ticket stub randomly thrown in there. So I don't know if we're going to see any more bigger names in here or not, but there's an Aparicio. Greg Vaughn plant job. That was another plant indeed. Couple Aparicios. The Rad Finds plant job. The guy that he buys, seems like he buys everything off Shop Goodwill, and like every single box has like Kobe Bryant rookies, or I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you can't get lucky all the time. Kind of like the Crow. It can't rain all the time. You're not going to get lucky all the freaking time. Every box you buy, it's just not. There's boxes that I buy that are crap. I'll find random $10 boxes sometimes at a flea market. I'm like, I give it a chance, and I'll like pick a few cards out of it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not making it. I've filmed videos before and just literally like deleted them because I'm like, this box is crap. So, because I'm sure no one wants to see that. So I don't get lucky all the time either with random boxes I buy. There's Tommy John 68. And some 73s, Dodgers, Sutton, Greensburg, PA man sells recently acquired vintage card collection. Oh man, I was hoping to catch a little of this live. You know what? We've seen some nice stuff come out of here. It's kind of like, it's all spread out. You're not going to see everything good all in the beginning or at the end. There's another plant, 87 Topps. I don't know what's with the 87 Topps being planted in my life in packs. There's Joe Necro. Holtzman, some more 70s. But you're going to see, if you watch the whole video, if you bring yourself to do that, you will see a lot of big names come through there. Not really a ton of big rookies. The Bradshaw rookie was a nice surprise. I was pretty excited about that. So 73, we got some more 70s here. Denny McLain again. A couple of those. We're getting towards the end of this bulbous tin. And also just that much closer to opening up a case of 88 Donruss. McLain and Tiant, along with Sam McDowell, some more 72s. AB said, never get lucky. The biggest pull I've ever had was a home field advantage Suzuki rookie. That's probably worth, at one point, that was probably worth $100, maybe close to it. I never have good pulls out of modern stuff either. It's kind of why I stopped buying altogether. I still buy it for the rookies, but I just never have any luck. I see all these people like pulling all these crazy, like low-numbered cards and stuff. I'm like, why can't I pull anything? Can't pull. I pull a Jesse Orosco autograph though. I will pull those. So do not test me. Well, did someone say 88 Donruss? I most definitely did. I wanted to see if you're still lingering in the background. I know we got Jonathan H in the house. Hopefully still lingering. But he probably already left because this is not a repack box, and those are the only videos he enjoys watching with all his heart and soul. There's not a Buckner rookie card with a big old crease like somebody sat on it. There's McLain, 69, and a few more McLains. And we'll get to the nitty gritty. The nitty freaking gritty. I'm going to pull the rest of these out. That's what I always like to say. Pull it out. And what else we got in here? All right, we're going to get this tin can starring Kevin Costner off the screen. And we will embrace the last two stacks. Always pull out. You have to. Unless you want a surprise down the road. Always pull outs. Earl Wilson, 69. This really is TPI After Dark. Everyone's getting real rowdy in here. There's another 69K line. And Mayo Smith kind of sticking his gut out. Some 71s again. I can't believe the 71 condition. I'm obsessed with it. It's just compared to a lot of these other cards, even like there's not a whole lot of miscuts in those either. So the 71 set may be something I start putting together. So do not be surprised and alarmed if I become obsessed with that project. But it'll probably take me years to do because that's how things go around here. So one more stack after this little one, and that is it for the vintage box. I'm curious to know what you guys think. If you think, I don't know what your favorite card was even. There's Bob Kipper, 87 Plant. There were some nice ones in there. Like I said, not a lot of huge rookies. You had a bunch of Earl Weavers, Bobby Cox rookie cards in there. There is a Carlton Fisk in here somewhere, and I don't think we saw that yet. Unless I just glossed over it real quick. I remember seeing a Carlton Fisk 72 rookie in here at one point. We got Todd McConnell says, great purchase, give the content. Born in 84, we're the same age. Can you rank these early 90s MLB movies? Rookie of the Year, Sandlot. My phone's installed. Don't do that right now. Little Big League and Angels in the Outfield, 1 through 4. Oh, Todd, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. All right, so that's a tough one. Sandlot is one of my favorites of all time, so I'm ranking that number 1. The second one, I haven't watched Angels in the Outfield in a while. So Sandlot 1, Rookie of the Year 2, Little Big League 3, 4 Angels in the Outfield. I have to go back and watch Angels in the Outfield. Little Big League I saw in the theaters back when it came out in like 94 maybe, 93, somewhere in there. So, but I'd have to say Sandlot would be number 1. But my all-time favorite baseball movie is definitely Field of Dreams and Major League 2. So thank you very much for that, Todd McConnell. And appreciate you being in here, man. Wendy Peppercorn. Yeah, Sandlot. I remember a couple of years ago, I remember seeing that they were going to make a Sandlot reboot with all the same actors. And they were all like older now. So it was going to be like a Netflix original series. And I don't know what happened to it, but I never saw the other Sandlots. There's an Aparicio 73, a 74, a Yaz 71. Here's the Fisk rookie. So it comes out. It's a little beat up, rough around the edges. But Angel in the Outfield is still a good movie. A little Big League. I remember seeing that in the theater, and I liked that too. Rookie of the Year, I saw that in the theater as well. And I don't know if I've watched those in quite a while. There's a couple of Yaz's, 70 Sporting News, Petrocelli. Yeah, Major League 2 is, I love that movie, man. I love everything about it, man. it is so good, but that's probably because I didn't watch the first one that much as a kid. I didn't see the first Major League until I was probably like, I don't know, 12 or 13, maybe a little bit older than that. But the second one I had it, I watched it religiously. Field of Dreams, I feel like I saw it in the theater back in 1989. I could be wrong, but I watched that religiously as a kid. I thought it was so hysterical, and I still think it's hysterical. It's still one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, if I start dating a girl and we watch Major League Two, like, and she doesn't think it's funny, it's just like, all right, well, I'm not really that into you then. See, Field of Dreams, like that's like a test right there. You don't like Field of Dreams, and I don't really like you. So, not to be judgmental, but you got to see eye to eye as far as things like that go. Like, so, got to be a Field of Dreams fan, especially because I'm going to try to go to the actual field. I think this spring I'm going to go there and maybe make a video. Ted Williams, will I actually do it? I don't know, but I've never been there at all. I've always wanted to. It's a bucket list goal, but to get real judgmental. You don't like Field of Dreams? All right, we're not dating anymore. We're cutting it off. Sounds like something I would do. It definitely sounds like something that I would do, and you can ask Corey about that, and he'd probably agree with me. Dick Kelly was some sort of actual turd stuck to it. What if she thinks the same thing about Goonies? I've never seen Goonies yet, so good way to test them. It's definitely a good way to test them. You like Field of Dreams? You are freaking out of here, buddy. Bull Durham, you know what? I feel like I saw Bull Durham when I was a kid, maybe. That's one I have to go back and watch also. Same with Mr. Baseball. I think I saw it as a kid, and I don't remember it. I know Tom Selleck obviously is in it. It's one of my favorite cards, the SP from 92 Upper Deck. But I don't remember it that well. It's probably a movie I rented from Blockbuster back in like 95 or 96, and probably the only time I ever saw it. So, Field of Dreams, classic. It is a part of American culture, I feel like. And if you're not down with that movie, then I would have a hard time relating to you. It's so good. All right, so I got some sneaking some 70s football in here at the last minute. So, kind of nice condition on these ones, but they're not going to match up with the Terry Bradshaw. Moneyball is a great movie too. I watched that whenever I had the C19 virus a few years ago for the first time, and I liked it a lot. So, Ray Washburn is going to end this rip. Apparently, Mr. Baseball is mandatory viewing for American players signed to play in Japan. Is it really? Field of Dreams is great. I went in 1990 in the fall. Mailbox was full of $20 bills. I was so pissed because I won a Field of Dreams movie store display, still in the original box, on eBay about 2 years ago for like $20. Crazy, because stuff like that's usually like $200. But I won that. The guy never sent it. I got my money back, obviously, but I didn't want my money back. I wanted the freaking Field of Dreams Kevin Costner stand. Not that I really needed it and all the junk that I had, but I just felt like I was robbed of, my childhood. So, in the market for a Field of Dreams stand, I guess. But that is the vintage tin. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'd like to know in the comments what your favorite card that you saw was. If you think it was a good buy to pick that up, even though I didn't disclose the actual price, do you think there was enough Hall of Famer stars and good condition cards to make that collection worth picking up? And we still have a lot of boxes to go through, so stick around for those. They'll be coming up here probably pretty soon. Maybe even Tuesday we'll open the first box of 5,000 count. And like I said, please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. That really helps me out a lot. And also throw a comment down below if you would be so kind. You guys are the freaking best. You guys rule. I will see you back hopefully tomorrow night for the rating my parents' attic for my childhood vintage toys. So stick around for that video. Have a great rest of your evening, guys. Thank you all for watching.